In this video, we're going to talk about a strategy that, according to ICT, can make you so profitable enough to quit your job in just 3 months. We're going to go over what indicators to use, as well as the entry and exit conditions. After that, we'll also showcase a few trade examples so you can have a better understanding of how this strategy works. If you find value in this video, remember to leave a like. Let's get into it. Now, before we go over the conditions for entering trades with this strategy, let's add 3 indicators to the chart. These indicators are going to help us in avoiding subjectivity and fasten our decision-making process. On the indicator search tab, type in Sessions. Select this one by LUXALGO. And as you can tell, the Sessions indicator is going to help us identify the trading sessions. Next, type in Fair Value Gap. Select this one by LUXALGO. This indicator is going to help us identify fair value gaps in the market. Next, type in Zigzag. Select this one by DevLucem. The Zigzag indicator is going to help us identify zigzag patterns in the market. Zigzags are important because they represent pivot points or the swing highs and lows of the price. Now, before we begin, one thing to note is that this strategy works best on US assets or trading securities that contain the US dollar. Assets such as the EURUSD, the GBP/USD, or indices such as the NASDAQ, the US 30, etc. For this video, I'm gonna go with USD CAD. Now, this strategy was developed by Michael, the guy behind ICT. According to him, by trading this strategy alone, you will be able to make so much money enough to have you quit your 9-to-5 job in just 90 days. Now, you may be thinking,
well, what are the conditions for entering trades with this strategy?
Well, here they are. The first condition is setting your chart to the correct time frame. And what is the correct time frame, you may be thinking? Well, it's the 5-minute time frame. So be sure to set your time frame to 5 minutes. Condition number 2 is the trading session. We need to only take trades that happen within the first 1.5 hours of the New York session. Now, to identify the New York session, we're gonna use the LUXALGO Sessions indicator. Open the indicator settings. Then, since we want to trade the New York session, we first of all want to change the time zone to the New York time zone. New York is 4 hours behind UTC, so we're going to input here -4. After changing the time zone, we need to specify the New York open time, and that is going to be 9:30 a.m. So we select 9:30. Next, we need to add 1.5 hours to 9:30, and that is going to take us through to 11 a.m. So this is going to be our trading session, 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. New York time. Then uncheck all these options because we're not going to be needing them. And then you can also change the color to a lighter one. For me, I'm going to go with yellow. After that, click OK. Now, as you can see, this is going to be our window to identify the trades. Now, before we proceed any further, let's modify the settings of the rest of these indicators. Double-click on the Fair Value Gap indicator, then change the threshold to 0.004. After that, click OK. Next, double-click on the Zigzag indicator, then on the Inputs tab, change the depth to 5. In the Style tab, disable the first 2 options. After that, click OK so we can continue with entry condition number 3. So condition number 3 requires us to identify the pre-market buy-side liquidity and sell-side liquidity levels. For the buy-side liquidity level, it's going to be this swing high right here. For the sell-side liquidity, it's going to be this one right here. Done. Now, the 4th condition is really simple because it involves us just sitting around waiting for the market to open and then waiting for it to break or take out either the buy-side liquidity or the sell-side liquidity. If the sell-side liquidity gets taken out, we're going to be looking for a long position. Conversely, if the buy-side liquidity gets taken out, we're going to be looking for a short position. So let's sit and wait. Oh, while we wait, let's talk about hankotrade. Now, you may be thinking,
and what exactly is hankotrade?
hankotrade is one of the most reliable forex brokers out there, and for that reason, I use them every single day. As you can see here, this is my trading history. I mainly trade gold, and up here you can see that this is actually a live account. The reason why I love hankotrade so much is because of their extremely low commissions and spreads. On Forex, for example, the spreads can go as low as 0.0 pips, which is actually the lowest they can go. For those of you who love high leverage, hankotrade offers a maximum leverage of 1 to 500. If all of that isn't enough, they're also going to give you a 100% bonus for all your deposits up to $25,000. So if you deposit, say, $500, they're going to give you a bonus of $500. So now you'll have a total of $1,000 to trade with. To access the bonus, as well as all the other perks, sign up to hankotrade using the link in the video description. Now, back to the video. Now, the market is open, and as you can see, price rushed ahead and took out the sell-side liquidity. This candle broke this liquidity level using this huge wick. Because of this, we're going to be looking for a long position. For condition number 5, we need to switch the chart time frame to the 1 minute time frame and then wait for a market structure shift to happen. A market structure shift is going to happen when the price breaks a key market structure level, something like a major resistance level or a major swing high. Now, how do we identify a major swing high that we can use for the market structure shift? Well, that is where the zigzag indicator comes into play. We're going to click on this eye icon right here to activate it, and there you go. So these zigzag points indicate major swing highs and swing lows in the market. We're gonna look for the most recent swing high identified by the zigzag indicator, and that is gonna be this level right here. Now we need the price to break and close above this level for our market structure shift. We let the market play out and see what happens. This is a market structure shift, and it's gonna increase the probability of the price heading all the way up to the buy side liquidity. Now, the fifth and last condition is for us to identify the most recent fair value gap and then set a buy limit order just above the fair value gap and wait for the price to retest the gap, activating our entry. Now, you may be thinking,
And how do we identify a fair value gap?
well, we're gonna use the fair value gap indicator by LUXALGO. So let's click on this eye icon to activate it. And as you can see, the indicator has identified this fair value gap right here, which means we're gonna set a buy limit order just above the fair value gap. The stop loss can be set just below the fair value gap or below the fair value gap candle, so right here. For the take profit, we're gonna set it just below the buy side liquidity level. Now, if the price comes back to retest this fair value gap, it will activate our buy limit order and probably head for the take profit. Let's see what happens. Now, as we can see here, the price came back to the fair value gap and activated our long position. Now, let's leave the market to play out and see what happens. And as you can see, that trade was super profitable with a risk-reward ratio of just over 1 to 4. And of course, it's going to be the opposite for a short position. There you have it, a really interesting and seemingly profitable strategy by ICT. If you're interested in this particular strategy, you can check out ICT on YouTube and learn from them as much as possible before trading with your real money. That's been it for this video. I hope you found some value. If you did, hit the like button below and consider subscribing to stay tuned. Thanks for watching. See you next time.